right. Let's get 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 right.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. Let's get into this here.
Let's hop into this Candace Owens situation, because some people believe that Candace Owens is missing, including this journalist, this investigative journalist. His name is Mr. George. We're going to hear what he has to say. He has a trending video right now on Twitter. We're going to hear what he has to say, and I'm going to give my response.
Is missing. Candace is missing. Candace is missing. We are going to completely configure our newsroom in Michigan for a Zoom room, to track Candace, track her threats that are against her. We're bringing people into the Zoom room to manage this on a 7 by 24 basis. Hopefully, we're bringing people in to live there to track her in the Zoom room in Michigan. This will also be following it on my channel. I'm going to be working with Peter Duke to track the folks. We have our folks in Geneva. We have our folks in Paris. We have our folks in Germany that have been covering the murders of journalists and statesmen in Germany for keeping the Ukraine war going. We think these are war-motivated murders to knock down dissent against the Ukraine war. Again, a very Rothschild banker war, just like all the other ones. So we don't believe the threat is from the Macrons. We believe it's higher up, the puppeteers, not the puppets. We believe that's where the threats are coming from, and we're opening up the Zoom room right now. I just spoke to Aaron Adler, the Super Jew. We're going to run this thing down until Candace reappears. So there you have it. Journalists all over the world want to invite to the Zoom room, Laissez-Faire Lounge in London. I'm going to just say Manchester for harsh reality. Jay Embry, the Pavarotti in Arkansas at the new Arkansas Raphael factory there. Bertie in the Midwest. All of the folks, we're reaching out to all the folks who do online group journalism, community journalism for Zoom room updates. We're starting today. Because we didn't see Candace show up today at 2.
Now, I do want to say that apparently I've already seen many of your comments. I saw some people saying this on Twitter as well. Apparently, Candace Owens announced, like in the last few seconds before her live ended Friday, that she wasn't going to be going live Monday. So she originally said she was going to see everybody Monday, and then she changed her mind. So that would 100% explain why it is that she didn't go live today. And I also want to say that she has tweeted today. It was about 10 hours ago, but she did tweet today. But this was before that being when she announced this Friday. This was before she announced to everybody about the obvious elephant in the room, the threat. What I'm trying to figure out is, what did I miss when it came to Candace, when it comes to Candace? Because clearly there's something that I missed in the last couple of years. I go online and I would expect there to be overwhelming support. It does not matter if you like her or not, people. It doesn't matter if you agree with her politics. It doesn't matter if she really upset you for something. What matters is we have an American citizen that has come out and said that her life, there's been a hit placed on her life, and that leaders of another country has paid for it. And I don't know if you all have seen it, but she since said 1.5 million. Let me show you all the tweet. So let's see here. So let's see. When everything is said and done, and the public learns that Macron allegedly moved $1.5 million for my pow-powing, how will the world respond? Now, the allegedly word will probably throw you all off, but it doesn't throw me off in particular because when you're making statements like this, if you can remember to do it, it's always important to put the allegedly because you can maybe prove that the money was sent, but then it can get tricky from a legal perspective on who was the exact person that sent the money, right? So that's a responsible thing to do. Not saying that Candace is always remembering to be responsible in her language, but I want to state that. Now, this is what I'm trying to figure out because there's something that I missed. Why don't people believe this? Right? Like, why don't people believe this? So you believe that the government can be behind the mass murder of millions of people with the needle in the arm? I don't want to say the C word from 2020, where the whole epidemic was taking place. You believe that. But foreign governments hiring people to take out journalists that are exposing too much, that's where you draw the line? So it's totally normal to question JFK, MLK, RFK, 9/11, the needle in the arm epidemic that happened or started in 2020 that has since been proven to be a lie, Fauci leading that, Russiagate, Ukraine, and the list goes on. But when it comes to the Charlie Kirk incident, let's just trust the government and see how the investigation pans out. When it comes to Candace, she must be lying. I'm trying to figure out what did I miss when it comes to Candace. Why don't I see and view Candace the way all these other people view her? And this is a genuine question. I'm seeing so many comments. Tim Pool posted a video today to Twitter and YouTube, pretty much clowning Candace, playing into the Candace has went crazy thing. Y'all, this is a genuine question. I'm willing to bring someone on the live right now, not joking. Well over 2,000 people watching right now, to help me understand what I'm missing. Why don't I see Candace Owens as this cuckoo crazy person? Where are these people getting this from? They're claiming Candace Owens has lost her mind. She's not important enough for anybody to go after her, while simultaneously forgetting that this has already happened. It has been proven. The FBI, it was proven by way of the FBI that this has already happened before, a year ago, and Candace proved it. They're also forgetting that Andrew Covid literally told Candace there was a credible threat on her and Tucker a day and a half before anyone knew about this whole trans group or this Tyler Robinson person being behind Charlie Kirk. Who was Andrew Covid talking about? What was he talking about? What am I missing here?
Okay, let me bring you up to date right now. Hold up, let's get it right. Hit that like button, subscribe, double tap that screen, understand what's going on right now. You in here with your boy Dilla T. You already know what it is, and my family, and this no filters. Hit that right now, because you about to understand what's going on, right? Let me bring you up to par. Candace Owens been talking a lot. And at this point, it's so funny because now they're saying that there's been a threat on her life, right? Now, the guy you're listening to is Didi Got a Podcast. Now, I'm going to say this respectfully. Didi, he really do this. Not just this old YouTuber guy. He really does this. Like, he really exposes things. He's been doing this a lot. So shout out to him. Because, you know, I'm not bringing nobody on here that ain't really doing this and really care about what they're doing. And he really do. So what he's saying and trying to let you know is that the biggest thing is that right now she's been doing a lot of talking. But what she talked about had already been put out there a while back. So he's saying, how is this happening now, even though it's been put out there a while back? What I'm saying is, she's been talking too much. And even in talking too much, I used to tell y'all, you need to know when to shut it up. Because what she's doing is getting a one-way ticket to whatever it takes. And the funny part is that now they're talking about a hitman or money has been put on her head. Like they put a bag on her head and they talking like that publicly. See, that's what we doing. That's how they talking in the hood. But they like, oh man, somebody put a bag on her head. Then they saying, who did? French government, French president, because she talking about this man's wife. So think about this for a second. It is starting to be normalized for us to even hear something like that. Scandal, conspiracy in the government with Trump. Charlie Kirk assassination right in front of our face. And now we're talking about a paid assassin coming after Candace Owens. Hit that like button, subscribe right now, double tap that screen. We finna get real deep into her today. You're gonna understand what controlled chaos is. Tell somebody in here that's around with you what controlled chaos is. You about to learn it. We cooking!
Candace Owens dropped information that multi-state actors have dropped an assassination hit upon her. And today she dropped even more information about where that money has come from. And she says that the U.S. government knows about it. Today, other news sources are saying that their sources within national security are confirming that, yeah, the U.S. government knows about Candace Owens' assassination plot. And it's like, oh, of course they know about it.
So I'm going to pause this. Let me make sure I'm a little bit big on the screen. It has been confirmed by other people that's affiliated with the government. It doesn't have to come from Kash Patel. It doesn't have to necessarily come from Trump. It would help. Yes, it would be more satisfying if I'm not, this is not the Defend Candace Owens show. This is the Defend Common Sense, Defend Truth show. Emerald Robinson said, a national security source just told me this threat against Candace Owens is real. I already shared this on my post on YouTube, so go and check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Someone responded to her and said, well, is the U.S. government going to do anything about it to counter this? Her word was simply no. Are y'all still going to run with this narrative that Candace Owens is just out here just lying? What is going on? One thing people say is that Candace Owens is doing this for attention. Y'all, the woman has had millions of followers for the last 7-8 years. What do you mean attention? Candace Owens is doing this for money. Y'all, I've been YouTubing for 5 years. Please just allow me to go on a 45-second rant, a 60-second rant. YouTube is what we would call the big dog. Anybody that's a content creator know that YouTube is the big dog. Number one, it's one of the hardest platforms to actually grow on. Mm-hmm. Number two, it's the platform with the most financial potential. Right? Number three, any content creator will tell you, unless you're a female and you're doing like makeup and you can get brand deals and sponsorship deals and all of that, then you can thrive on a TikTok and an Instagram because of the sponsorship deals.
But not here.
But as far as the content itself, there isn't a platform on earth you're going to make more money by way of CPM and RPM than YouTube. Why am I sharing this? I'm not pocket watching. I do this for a living now. I can tell you how this works. Just a shot in the dark. Candace Owens is making more money in 1 month than most YouTubers will make in their entire YouTube career. I'm going to go a step further. Candace Owens makes more money in 1 month just from the views alone than most YouTubers will make in 10 years before the Charlie Kirk situation. Do you follow me? This argument that she's doing this for money is laughable to me. And we're not even talking about her sponsorship deals, Instagram and Twitter, her books, her website, her book club. This woman is not making YouTube videos for money. You have to pick something else. That makes no sense. Candace Owens has went crazy. How? You all said she was lying about Charlie Kirk's position. She drops the text messages. All of a sudden, everybody goes out, hides in the corner. The woman has been dropping receipts all year. What am I missing?
Okay, I'm so glad he asked that question. That was the point I was trying to get to. Because at some point, hold up, hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today right now, like and subscribe right now, because we cooking in here. You about to get something that you probably ain't never had in your life, and that's called information. You understand me? That man just said, why? He said, how? He said, what do you mean? And if you smart as I am, or if you even seem like you have potential to be smart, we all know that to be in a certain position, you have to graduate from certain levels. You understand me? You have to look at Candace Owens' background. Let's look at Candace Owens and who she's married to. Let's look into Candace Owens. When you look into Candace Owens is tied in with very, very powerful people. Let me say that again. She's tied in with very, very powerful people. Now, when you're tied in with very powerful people, shout out to fam with the stick. I see you, family. When you're tied in with people like that, you are allowed to do something. Let me say that again. When you are signed up, or you are assigned an assignment because you are a part of a group, when you are assigned an assignment, that means they are allowing you to have a voice. They are allowing you to live. They are allowing you allowance. It's a difference when we're talking about chaos. Follow me. The movies that come out always shows the next technology that they're giving us in the future. Let me say that again for the people in the back still rolling up, getting you something to drink, something to eat, and something to smoke. Hit that like button right now. You hear me? Double tap that screen. Listen to me. The movies that are shown has always been the new technology for us in the future. Okay? Now, we used to look at movies and be like Transformer. Oh my God, look at that movie. Look at that. You see that gun? Boy, they got drones coming over here. If I had that gun or I had that drone, I could go over here and do this. I could go over here and do that. I could shoot. That's what we used to say when we see these movies, right? Right? Talk back. Feel me, Chris? That's what we used to do. Now, the biggest thing about it is we've seen assassinations on TV. We've heard about government conspiracies on every TV show. And then we hear about assassinations and hitmen on every movie, right? Which makes this become a normalization, right? Right. Biggest thing is this. I've always thought in my mind, when we talk about the last days, or we talk about it's finna be anarchy or chaos, or oh my God, we gonna get to, what is it called? Oh my God, what they call it when they shut down the city? What is it called when they shut down the city? The military? What they call it when they shut down the city, fam? Tell me right now. It's like on my brain and I can't get it right here. What is that called when they shut down the city and you gotta be in a curfew? What is that called? Y'all know what the term is for that. What's the term for that, fam? Martial law. Traveling lamp, Valerie, my people, my fam. Y'all better make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. Y'all family in here. That's what I'm talking about, honey. Martial law. Okay, now follow me. I've always thought, what is the road to anarchy, chaos, World War III, and martial law? The road, okay? Feel me. I figured out that the level of economic slavery that we are in right now is based on everything we do every day, brainwashing, right? The level of economic slavery is based on everything we do every day. We wake up and do the same thing every day, brainwash, okay? That's the way of life. That's the way of living, okay? But I was like, if that's the case, then I've realized that they have slowly but surely brainwashed us into economic slavery. And even in that, they have found a way to put it in the movies, so when we see it, we become comfortable to see it in reality. Now, if you think about it, we used to think that they got that out of a movie. But then you would think, in reality, if it happens in reality and we say that's the same stuff that happened in the movie, at some point you're going to start thinking like, wow, we must be living in a movie. But really, I've always tried to figure out, what is the road to the rapture? Or what is the road to the chaos? What is the road to anarchy that'll make them say the world is going so crazy that we need to call martial law? And as I think to myself, the normalization that Humdrums just said, they know what they're doing slowly but surely on how to normalize what they put right here on your eyes. And the crazy part is now, it's become so normal that even Candace Owens can tell publicly that she has received a hitman threat. And people don't really believe it because it sounds like a movie. See, Ruth believed her, but half of the world don't believe her. Let me tell you why. Because think about it. Back in the 90s, you couldn't have been out here talking about somebody put a threat out on your life. And yet it would be accepted or looked at how we looking at everything right now. See, back then, if somebody would have said, oh my God, I just found out that a government is attacking me and that they just put money on my head. That's what she's saying. She's telling the world there's a government out here that just put a bag on my head for my life. Now, we don't see that as a normal. We don't hear that as something that can be told right here on YouTube. Right here on your channel. Right here. But the funny part is, AJ, the funny part is if this is real, because of the chaos and because of the normalization of chaos today, We see this as fake. See, like I told you, the good is looked at as bad and bad is looked at as good. What I tell you, I said the good is looked at as bad and bad is looked at as good. I've been saying that since day one. So now we over here talking about this woman is fearing for her life, allegedly. And we like, oh, okay. That what you got going? Okay, so you telling me a whole government hired and put a bag on your head and told the world about it. And then the funny part is, you telling the world and you giving out names, all of that. So it almost makes you think when she says that the government, the United States government knows about this, it almost makes you think this is another movie. Because you would think, oh, because she Charlie Kirk friend, y'all don't care about her because y'all want to bury the Charlie Kirk situation. Because if y'all cared about Charlie Kirk that much, like y'all was showing, y'all would care about Candace because she's still upholding and still fighting for him. But even in that same sense, you would still uphold and still want to defend her because she's defending Charlie, which you all, the government, Trump and Erica Kirk, exploited that man's funeral and his passing as if you all were so focused on him. Ruth said, Candace better hit up Jaguar Wright 100. Oh yeah, because now what you're looking at is a situation where, see, that's the difference between Jaguar Wright and Candace Owens. See, you get. See, I be trying to learn y'all something. Thank you so much, Ruth, because you just brought up the difference and the understanding of what I meant by Candace Owens' position of somebody that is given permission to talk about her topics. You better shut up in here. Because this man on the screen, so emotional, but he ain't real about reality. And in reality, we know in Candace Owens' position, let alone before Charlie Kirk or just knowing you involved with Charlie, Candace Owens is married to somebody that's very powerful and he ain't black. You better shut it up in her. She is given allowance and allowed to discuss her decisions and discuss her topics. Think about it. This same man on this screen was coming against Candace for not standing up against Erica Kirk when the jankiness started to come out. You better shut it up in her. Same man right here did all that mouth when Candace didn't speak up, when she knew what to speak up about. But see, when you're given a position, an assignment, and you are assigned to only speak this and that, you better know who in power and who working for who. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. You better shut up in here. See, this is no filters. We read in between the lines. There's no headline that will ever overdo for you to open up your eyes. See, I'm telling you about this right now. Oh, no, this ain't like that, Brian. No, we love. Oh, we can. That's fine. But let me tell you something about what's real. You need to understand when people are signed up in organizations that they never can turn their back on. They are assigned what to talk about, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and the way they can do it. Why? Because they will never be able to come against them. They'll never bite the hand that feed them. Because that same hand is feeding them what to talk about. Let me bring that back for somebody opening their ears or somebody that ain't stupid. They'll never bite the hand that feed them because the hand that's feeding them is feeding them the only things to eat that will not hurt the organization, the body. You understand me? When you sign up with them folk, you ain't gonna bite the hand that feeds you, because the hand that's feeding the body is only what they want to give you, that will not hurt the body that they built and that you are a part of. Candace Owens, I'm sorry, is controlled chaos. This ain't about attention. This ain't about none of that. This is about what she can discuss and what she can't, and what they choose to let her talk about. This is a way to get out of the camera. Think about this. She brought up this French president wife who said that she was a man. Okay? A while back. Note that I just said a little ways back she brought that up, right? So she bring that up, and then from there, everything else is going on in the world, and then Charlie Kirk is assassinated, and then she goes on this rant about Charlie Kirk. And then Erica Kirk comes out in so many different ways. Got all of us saying Erica Kirk ain't right. Start finding out about her past. People even started digging up Erica Kirk's whole life to say she wasn't right on his side. Now, Candace Owens ain't say nothing. She stayed away from that. But yet you can, but then you on stage with Trump acting like you sold it, but then you got on rings that's letting us know the organization you a part of. See, that's what I'm talking about. This man feels some type of way about us, about Candace Owens, but Candace Owens is controlled chaos. That's just like Tupac. Tupac had to join just to talk about him. Let me say that again for somebody that's stupid, that thought he was just thug life. No, he had to join him just to talk about him. Martin Luther King, you better shut up in here. He had to join him just for him to even have a I have a dream speech. Stupid. Somebody heard dumb, and then somebody heard smart, or somebody here didn't catch what happened. What? You really thought that was that? Oh no. What I'm saying is, Candace working with them people. Her husband with them people. They allow her to talk about what she discusses on podcasts, because she chooses what to discuss. She don't get after everything, but she chooses what to discuss. And then when it comes down to all of us exposing somebody like Erica Kirk, she got nothing to say. Nothing. When it's blatant, blunt, and right in your face, and all of us have given all the information, she chooses to fall back. So you got to understand, she can sit there and fight for Charlie Kirk all day, but when it's time to expose the real people that did what they really did, that says, hey, fingers are pointing to this person, all hands and fingers are pointing to this person, you don't want to say nothing about that, because you know that's the knife and the dagger. So they told you to stay away from her. You can dance around her, but don't talk about her. You can dance around her, but don't talk about her. And even if she did talk about her then, she not doing it now. She talked about Erica in a bad way many times. I don't know what you're talking about. Bruce Young. Let me explain something to you, Bruce. That was at that time. Make it make sense, fam. You need to understand timing is everything. You need to understand that you're still in the world where you're thinking. You haven't even watched what's going on, but you're saying that you're lost because she talked about Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk at that time didn't matter. But when Charlie Kirk died, That's when it mattered most. Did you hear her say anything, Bruce? Oh, my bad, Bruce. You didn't, because you just told me I haven't watched her recently. Fam, don't do that. Have an opinion, that's fine. But if you don't know what you're saying or don't understand, don't do that. Because me and you was finna have a whole conversation about something you don't even know, fam. Fam said, yes, I did right after that. He was assassinated. I sure did. Here's some things. So don't type quick and say, oh man, she was talking about Erica. She was talking about Erica then. You don't follow me now. I'm going to give you a minute so you can understand what I just said. It doesn't matter about then. I just said she stayed away from it when it mattered. And when it mattered most is when Charlie, Erica's husband, was killed. Assassinated broad daylight in front of all of us. How don't you say nothing at that time? But you got all of this energy for Charlie, but you got nothing to say about Erica then. And it's the fact that she talked so bad about Erica, so you fully understand that it ain't no problem. Because if she already talked bad about Erica, that means she don't got no problem talking bad about Erica, which makes my point even the more, Bruce. She has to choose. She is given what she can talk about and what she can't. Because if she had no problem talking about Erica then, why wouldn't she have a problem talking about Erica now? Especially in the most important time when Charlie get murdered. But even, oh no, I'm not confused at all. Because even, you're not getting my point, Bruce. Follow me, smart ass. Just follow me for a second, fam. You just said yourself that she was talking about Erica then, right? You just said she was talking about Erica then. About Charlie as well then, right? Just say right, because you just said it then. She was talking about exposing about her husband then, right? Right. So if she was talking that easy and exposing the husband easy, if she did it then, and that man was still alive, when that man get assassinated, and all of us content creators and YouTube partners expose Erica, why Candace ain't say nothing then? I'll wait on you, fam. Oh, okay, let's get right. Because what I'm talking about is her speaking up. Never. She spoke up one time and never said nothing about Erica. And when she said something about Erica, it didn't even really matter. Point I'm making is, there's a time, and there's an assignment, and there's an agenda. And you are assigned what you can discuss and what you can't. And if that not be the case, then that means she would always speak up for those in abroad when it's wrong and it ain't right. Respectfully. So it's a big deal about us looking at Candace and saying, hey, oh my God, we feel so bad because Candace talking about all of a sudden there's a government after you and money on your head. And you out here talking like you can back up all that you talking about. And then this guy is saying nobody should be looked at wrong for freedom of speech. As if you can walk out here and tell somebody president that their wife is a man. What? No, Bruce. You can pull up the episode she called Erica out on. You hear me, fam? Blessings to you, my brother. But I'm letting you know again. We all put Erica Kirk information out there. And Candace didn't say nothing. And then when she chose to say something, she said something and got off of it. But yet, when she found out things about people, just like we found out about Erica Kirk, Bruce, she stay on their neck. She press them. She stress them. But we had to stress it. We had to press it before she even made a thoughtful video about it. But yet you telling me that she already talked about her before. And if she didn't talk about her before, then you further let me know. Did she do something to you or some other podcaster must not know what's going on? No, it's the thing about people like you that just follow people like her and don't even know what she's about. You just like a good voice and a good conversation, or a very articulate conversation. Because if that's the case, you would know her background if you backing her so hard. See, I'm here for my people at No Filters. I'm giving you the opportunity to be in my house. That's what I'm doing. Because see, my people at No Filters, we understand what's really real. We understand what's really going on, my brother. That's the point about us making sure. Well, get out of my house if you don't follow nobody, my brother. Get out of my house. And I appreciate you and have a good evening and making sure your family's straight. I don't want you to waste your time in my home where people like us understand what's really going on. So we have to make sure that we just don't fall in these little baby traps. So we make sure that we know that people that has position and power, we know that they use it in a certain way. And then we know that they put these puppeteers and these puppets out there to grab certain people. So we know Candace knows, because Candace has been in a very high position. Bruce, I'm not. But again, go ahead and leave, brother. I appreciate you. I'm giving you a peaceful exit. So I want to do that so I can get back to what we're doing here. I just wanted you to know that I take pride in all and every one of us when it matters to make sure that family come in and that we want to know what's going on in the matter that we want to, but we don't want to be deceived. We definitely don't want to be fall in some spider web or some trap to feel like somebody's in a position, because that would never be happening for somebody to be calling out assassinations as if that's just nice in public and everybody's just running in a rant. Like, oh my God, Candace finna die, somebody's after her. Okay, that's cool, but you telling me she in the biggest positions and the wife to a husband that's in the biggest position as if he's letting that happen? Are you serious? You don't think this is propaganda or news? Even if it's real, for them to put it out there, it makes her channel go extra wild. Because now they're like, oh my God, somebody want Candace dong. And she got enough nuts to tell the world who doing it. And she don't even know, but they putting it out there that somebody want her head. That's great news. I'm not saying it ain't real. I'm just telling you how great of news that is when you're in a position that you're in. It's a difference in understanding the position you're in and who you're with, when understanding, hey, you talking too much. And let me tell you something else too. The people that's in her circle then definitely told her, you talking a lot. And you talking about some real people. And trust me, she's been a part of Turning Point USA. Charlie Kirk and them. Don't tell me she don't know people in the government. Her husband is even more the powerful. So stop acting stupid in her as if you don't think that she even knows what's going on, or even if it's what it's doing for her platform. Because again, I'm not saying it ain't real, because today, everybody's saying everything, and you got to know what's real, and you got to know what's fake. But the realest thing I know is that if somebody was really threatening her life and it was like that, and they putting it out there, they putting it out there to the public more than just, oh, if Candace is gone, this what really happened. You hear that? Say that again, Dilla. Say that again, Dilla T. They put it out there like, oh my God, Candace got a hit out on her life. If she's not here anymore, this who did it. Are you serious? You think the government and her position don't know what's going on or heard that? as if something is not being allowed to happen. What? Charlie Kirk gets assassinated, and the government automatically does this big memorial, all of these things, as if he's a straight up U.S. Navy, Marine, Army citizen that then did everything and saved the world. That's how you know they was behind it, because they quickly did everything to support the situation. Allegedly. So now you look at this and say, Turning Point USA, Candace don't know nothing, nobody knows nothing. How would she even think about this? How would she even find out that somebody that deep in of another country and of another government, that she, little old black Candace Owens on a podcast that ain't got no power, how can she find that out if she ain't in position? Wake your stupid ass up. Don't let people like Bruce come in here and run your face and your mouth and your ears and think for a second that people don't know the position they in. She in a position and she has an assignment. And let me tell you even more how deep the water well go. See, when you sign up with these people, let me tell you what's real. Let me tell you what's real, Chris. Let me tell you what's real, Big Philly. I'm yelling because some dumbass ain't listening. I hope that ain't you. Let me tell you something that's real. In their world, in that world, Chris, when you have an assignment and you have a role to play, listen to what I'm finna tell you, boy. When you have an assignment and a role to play, when you sign up for it, whatever the consequences is, you have to go through with it. Let me say that again for the people in the back. When you sign up with these people and you sign up with these organizations of this level and you have an assignment, you are to do that assignment, and whatever consequences come with it if you're caught, it's on you. That's what you signing up for, boy. You understand me? Y'all think for 1 second that if something go wrong, or if something don't sound right, or if something is something, then somebody gonna tell on somebody, or somebody gonna expose something. You stupid mother, you dumb to think that. Boy, you dealing with real ones. You dealing with cutthroat, don't play with you people in these organizations. The assignment is assigned. And whatever the outcome is on you. It ain't on the people you signed up with, stupid. It's on you. You will never bring down the organization. You will never bring down and expose anything going on. You hear me? That's why this world keep going round and round. Because these people are assigned a job, and if they don't carry it out, whatever that consequence is, or whatever happens with that job, just like the movie Born Identity. Woo, thank you, Lord. There we go. See how I just said just like a movie? Yeah, just like a movie. How many of y'all seen Born Identity? Drop a 1 right now in the house right now. Drop a 1 right now. You seen Born Identity. Drop a 1 right now if you seen Born Identity. I need to know right now. You see how I say it like the movie? That's why I be talking about reality like the movie, or the movie like reality. Drop a 1 if you seen Born Identity. I'll wait. Somebody in here stupid, but we're going to wake you up today. We're going to wake you up today. Drop a 1 if you seen Born Identity. What? In that movie, they had an assignment. Yeah. And his assignment went wrong. That man had to find his way back. And then he found out that they threw him in the trash. Oh, better hear me today. You better hear me today. You think that ain't going on with Candace? Wait, Chris, where you at? You think that ain't going on with Candace? Look what happened in Born Identity. That boy went on a mission in that movie. He ended up not carrying the mission out. He did not finish the assignment. He had to run away because he almost got caught. And then when he tried to come back home to his people, Jason Bourne, yes, Kenneth, yes. When he tried to come back home, they had already threw him in the trash. You better hear me, Candace Owens. Are you Jason Bourne? You are here to talk about something and then it ain't go right. And now you in a situation, they coming after you. And now you want to tell the world what we talking about here. I just want to know what's real. Because ain't no way. Stop playing up in here. Ain't no way. That's what happened to that man. That man was assigned something, and all of a sudden he talking out his neck, and it didn't go through. That man ran back home, and they threw him in the water already. You can't tell me, is Candace being thrown in the water already? Is they throwing her already? Because see, you need to understand something. We living in a time where war is valuable to the higher ups. War is everything. War has been invested in by companies, governments, White Houses. War is everything. You need to understand. Today, social media can start and create war. Charlie Kirk assassination can start and create war. AJ said Charlie refused his assignment. You ain't lying. That boy signed up for something. Don't tell me up in here that that man signed up for that. All of them powerful people. And then he refused it. And that boy gone. And now Erica, his wife, is right there with the same people. Candace, they allowed her to talk about it ever so often. And then they told her stop. And now she went into another subject about a French president and his wife being a man. What? You better hear me today. You better hear me today. See, people don't pay attention to it. You don't really trip off of it. But I just want you to understand. I was going to run through a series of videos that was showing all of this mouth Candace had. All of the people she talking about, some of the stuff she was saying. I wanted to run through that so you can really see how much Candace Owens really been talking. And the particular subjects they have allowed her to talk about. It's only fitting, let me say that again for somebody who don't understand that. It's only fitting that she discussed Charlie Kirk so much because of her position with him. Why wouldn't it not be that? Why would they tell her, hey, don't talk about Charlie no more? Because that don't make sense. That's stupid. So it's like, okay. You the only one that makes sense to talk about Charlie Kirk so much and the things that you feel like. Why? Because again, that don't put her in a position to say which side she on. That puts her in a civilized position. You need to understand that. Civilized position says, hey, a man was assassinated. I knew this man. I spent time with this man. We worked together. I feel bad for him and his family. That's what they gave her. That's a civilized position. Because if she wanted to talk about what she really feel and the stuff she really seen and the things she knew they were signed up with, she could never do that in her life. You better hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe her, because we read in between the lines. We don't read the headlines. We bring light to darkness. We living in a time where the good looked at as bad and the bad is looked at as good. We're here to inform, understand, and be aware that if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. Stop calling it a bird. It's a duck. You see it for what it is and you call it something else. Is you stupid? Duck activity. Call it for what it is. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now. We cooking!
Because look what Candace has dug into about Charlie. The FBI's in on that one too, right? This is the deep state globalists. The deep state are globalist pedo fucks. This is connected to Epstein. It's connected to the Zionists. These motherfuckers are not one single state. They all work together. This is a whole group of satanic fucking pedo psychopaths that think they rule over us. And when we find out what they're doing, their answer isn't to like, oh, my bad, maybe we'll fucking roll this back. No, they go harder.
Y'all gonna have to excuse the profanity.
Excuse the language,
I usually
man.
edit these videos to edit out the cursing. I don't care for the curse words, but I didn't have time to do that. So excuse the curse words, but we care more about the information today.
They pull full mass down, and their answer is to fucking kill us all. That's what they think they're going to do here. They think they are so above the law and above reproach. Look who's squealing the most over all of this. Who's screaming the most about Tucker and Candace just asking questions? Oh, is it the fucking Zionists? And what rhetoric have they been spewing? That Josh Hammer dude, he's out there going, we have to neutralize Tucker. Like, really? Really? Just don't even give a fuck. Other people would be arrested for saying shit like that, but somehow they spew this shit and nothing happens to them. You shall know them by the fruits of their labor. Who had the most to gain from Charlie Kirk's assassination? Who had the most to gain from 9/11? Who had the most to gain? That's how you know who is responsible for these fucking horrific events where and it's always emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation. That is the key to every fucking psyop, where these fucking military actions, these deep state pedo motherfuckers, and this is how we fight them. We don't need the government to fight them. We each other drag them out into the light. It's like Rumpelstiltskin, right? That's these old allegories. These are exactly right. These Zionists, they promise wealth, and all they want in return is your firstborn child. But when you drag them into the light, you call them out by name, you expose what they are doing, they stomp their feet. And they fucking, oh, you can't talk about what we're doing. And it's like, no, we're going to talk about what you're doing. And that's what's going to force you evil motherfuckers back into the shadows from whence you have fucking crawled, you psychopath, pedo, corrupt pieces of shit. These globalists, the deep state, they are the globalists. The one world government that they've always talked about, it's already been here, working behind the shadows. Fucking manipulating shit, manipulating all of us. It's the media, it's Hollywood, it's every single fucking institution, from the churches, the CIA, the FBI, all the way to the fucking tippity top. You got Susie Wiles out there. That's Trump's chief of staff. We all should have known. You look back into her, she is fucking Benjamin Netanyahu's campaign advisor forever. She spent most of her time in Israel. She is the one gatekeeping Trump. And I have not given up hope on Trump, because Trump, one, he is the only politician I have ever seen that is willing to redirect course. And I think he's going to see the writing on the wall. I hope so.
Nope. You by yourself with that one, buddy.
Right.
For those of you that
I felt everything else, but
you don't know my position on Donald Trump. Let me make that clear, and as short of a way I can say it. I think Donald Trump was a much better option than Kamala Harris on a low level or a two-dimensional perspective. Sure, I agree. At the same time, Donald Trump was paid off from the jump. Every argument they made about Biden, just about, actually applied to Trump. Biden is too old. Trump is up there too. Biden can't be trusted. Trump can't either. It's not a coincidence that every politician gets in there and they don't do the things that they told us.
Because they're not in position
He's
to
no
do
exception. If you haven't seen my Donald Trump free make.
Have y'all ever seen, what's that called, Scandal? With Kerry Washington? Press a 1 if you've seen Scandal. Press a 1 if you've seen Scandal right now. Press a 1 if you've seen Scandal. Press a 1 if you've seen Scandal. If you've seen Scandal, you know with Kerry Washington. Now feel me right quick. What's the government name that runs the government? B630, what's their name? What's the name that her daddy was a part of? You remember her daddy was in that organization? What's their name, fam? Tell me what their name was. No, tell me who it is. What was it? B613, B13, M313, something? What's the name of it? Because I'm saying that because when he just said that every president comes in and they do the same stuff, they never say what they gonna do. They come in and they do what they are assigned to do. See, you're gonna learn something here. You just need to hit the like button and just become a member and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's very important, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna start taking a whole 5 minutes to just inform. Because it's sad. And it ain't really y'all fault. Some people that come in and just start listening and don't even trip off the like button, subscribing, becoming a member, donating, you know what I mean, supporting, things like that. And I ain't pressing nobody. My press is that the notification bell is very important. Because you need to understand, man, content like how we come in here at No Filters, my family here at No Filters, see, that's what I'm saying. That's family right there. Sassy just said B613, Black Ops. See what I'm saying? Family gonna tell you what's up. Shout out to you, Sassy. The notification bell means a lot, fam. Because this type of content, they try to put in the back. This type of content, they try to put in the backfield. You know, let's be real. Let's just be real, man. This ain't nothing. Come on, man. You think this something they want to put in the front? So it matters, man. When you hit that like button, you are literally moving this video to somebody else's eyes. Let me say that again for the people in the back. When you hit that like button, you are literally giving this video to someone else. So I'm telling you, I'm so grateful, so thankful that you're doing it because, again, we living in a time where the good is looked at as bad and bad is looked at as good, and people literally are going with it. They are okay with that. They feel some type of way about that. And see, here at No Filters, No Filters means no feelings in what we discussing. No filters means no feelings in calling somebody out on it. No filters mean no feelings when we gotta cook the ignorance. No filters mean we have no feelings about nothing but our kids, our futures, about surviving and living. I can go down a list about no filters and what it means. Here at No Filters, you got to work out your own salvation with God. I'm not here to judge you. You ain't here to judge me. We cook what we see. We discuss what we heard. We talk about what we know. And we inform, understand, and be aware about duck activity. So it's important for you to hit that like button, subscribe, double tap that screen, make sure the notification bell on with your boy Dilla T and my family here at No Filters. Why? Because we cooking.
It's in video, I would highly suggest you go and do it. If you haven't seen my Donald Trump, the Dark Magician video, some of these are short documentary style videos. I would highly suggest you go and watch it out. I'm a fair person. I give people.
Bring your fucking head in the sand. Want the truth. So keep noticing things out there. Godspeed to Candace Owens. Spread the word. Don't bury your fucking head in the sand. And don't fucking pledge loyalty to any one man. Pledge loyalty to America and the truth.
And the truth is Jesus Christ. Let's be clear about that. Let's make sure we say that his name. Right? But I'm going to do something better for you all. I'm about to show you all a video of somebody that broke down, because many of you all that's in here right now support the work that Candace Owens has been doing. Well, there are people that make videos for people like us because we have been manipulated according to them. Candace has some very manipulative tactics that she uses to keep us engaged while not providing any evidence. There's a YouTube channel called What Do You Mean? I'm going to show you all what he said. We're going to react to his video together. But before we do that, I want to show you all something. I want to go to the comment section of Tim Pool's video today. And I thought I was going to click on a video where he's bashing Candace, he's making fun of her, he's laughing at her, she's went crazy, and here's Candace Owens with the latest cuckoo stand. She claims that these people are after her. He literally has no proof that they're not after her. Let's go to the comment section. And this is why I said, okay, Didi, maybe you're tripping. Maybe you tripping, bro. So here's the
Christ.
Yeah, I would say I gotta always suggest.
Okay, so that interview that I did with Charlie back when my show was on PragerU's network is becoming increasingly prophetic. At the end of every one of those interviews, I would ask the questions from my viewers to whoever it was that I was interviewing. And this is the question that came in for Charlie, and this is how Charlie chose to answer that question. Take a listen.
Okay, who is, I already know this, you kind of already touched on this, your all-time favorite historical figure, is it Milton Friedman or is there someone else? Jesus Christ?
Yeah, I would say I gotta always say Jesus Christ probably. Wow, that is a great question. Historical figure. So just for to make it fun, let's just say before 1850.
Okay, he's amending your question.
Whoever this is. Susie from Buffalo. I'm so sorry.
Hit that like button right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Subscribe. We cooking.
Amazing, right? It's the Mensa. I mean, I'm kidding. So I love the American founding fathers. Ben Franklin, I always really enjoyed. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson I think are too cliche. So one I really enjoy that I just love learning from is Julius Caesar. I think he's one of the most interesting historical figures. You want to talk about someone who lived a full life?
Right.
It's Julius Caesar. From conquering northern Germania to surviving and winning a Roman civil war,
Right.
to an unusual alliance and quelling a rebellion with Cleopatra, to eventually ending the Roman Republic, to starting the Roman Empire, and then seeing the people that he benefited the most turn against him.
Right.
I think there's something very tragic and very interesting about that. So I think it's one of the most interesting, and you could learn, if there's something to learn about humanity, you could learn it through the prism of Julius Caesar.
Man, that sure is something to hear him say that. The people who benefited the most turned against him. Gaius Julius Caesar, that is correct, a general who had rightfully earned the respect of the people for leading them through the Gallic wars, a statesman, and finally a leader who in the end was betrayed and famously assassinated by the very people that he helped to build up. A conspiracy, a plot to murder him, which included a lot of people, politicians, of course, the senators, military men, close friends and confidants, the most infamous, of course, being Brutus. Now, some reports say that he viewed Brutus.
Okay, you know what she's doing, right? I want to know, do somebody pay attention to what she's doing right now? Are you catching what she's doing right now? And this is not against her. I'm pointing out another reason why she's involved. I want to know if you're catching what she's doing. Chris, I want to know if you caught what she did. Eugene, I want to know if you caught what she did, fam. Sassy, I want to know if you all caught what she did. I'm gonna replay it one more time, and I'm gonna want to know if you caught what she did.
Okay, so that interview that I did with Charlie back when my show was on PragerU's network is becoming increasingly prophetic. At the end of every one of those interviews, I would ask the questions from my viewers to whoever it was that I was interviewing. And this is the question that came in for Charlie, and this is how Charlie chose to answer that question. Take a listen.
AJ.
Okay, who is,
You called it.
You kind of already touched on this. Your all-time favorite historical figure, is it Milton Friedman or is there someone else? Jesus Christ?
Yeah, I would say, I gotta always say Jesus Christ probably. Wow, that is a great question. Historical figure. So just for to make it fun, let's just say before 1850.
Okay, he's amending your question.
Whoever this is. Susie from Buffalo. I'm so sorry.
Listen.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing, right? It's the Mensa. I mean, I'm kidding. So I love the American founding fathers. Ben Franklin, I always really enjoyed. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson I think are too cliche. So one I really enjoy that I just love learning from is Julius Caesar. I think he's one of the most interesting historical figures. You want to talk about someone who lived a full life?
Right.
It's Julius Caesar. From conquering northern Germania to surviving and winning a Roman civil war,
right,
to an unusual alliance and quelling a rebellion with Cleopatra, to eventually ending the Roman Republic, to starting the Roman Empire, and then seeing the people that he benefited the most turn against him.
Right.
I think there's something very tragic and very interesting about that. So I think it's one of the most interesting, and you could learn, if there's something to learn about humanity, you could learn it through the prism of Julius Caesar.
Man, that sure is something to hear him say that.
Now,
The
trip
people who
off this.
benefited the most.
Trip off this. See, in their position, they have to talk like that. Let me say this again. In their position, they have to talk like that. See, you don't know the conversations that Candace and Charlie was having behind the scenes. We just learned yesterday that Charlie was scared for his life back in December. Okay? So that means he was fully aware of him missing his assignment, rebellion, and all of a sudden having to be punished. So he had gotten word of that. We just learned that yesterday through his best friend. We just learned that. Go check that episode out. I urge you to learn that. We just learned yesterday that Charlie knew about what was going on and was scared, and he was calling people about it. Okay? Now, Turning Point USA turned their back on him. Let me say that again. Turning Point, his whole company, his same people that he built up to feed, turned their backs on him. It's funny how they're having a conversation about Julius Caesar, but they point out that part about how Caesar took over, built up his government, and those same peoples turned their backs on him and had him unalived. Why would they emphasize that, one? And why would she reiterate and reemphasize that episode? You're going to learn something here. The point I'm making, AJ, is my point earlier. She is assigned an assignment, and she's a part of a group. She chose to toe this, to talk that, to do this, to do that. Stop playing with me in here. I can dissect how and why. Oh, I don't need to overthink anything. There's no overthinking, fam. It's just people that don't think at all. That's the problem. We don't think at all. We just hear. And we love what we hear. And we're so committed to what we're here. And people just draw your little heart in. And you just sit there with your little feelings just falling right on into what they're doing. And you don't even know their background, stupid. You know what's dumb about us? We can see something, hear something, become so emotional, and then you literally put your life on the line for that one person or thing that you don't even know nothing about. I feel sorry for Elizabeth. I feel sorry for people like that because in that same sense, I know when we can support people, we can love people. It's my brother, my sister in the Lord. But it's a difference when we have to understand when they are in a position, you have to see what they're going to discuss, what they're going to expose, and what they're not. And then you need to understand what they tippy-toe around, and then you need to understand what they're allowed to do. And then you need to understand that if they do something, they might get out of line and be punished about it. See, you don't pay attention. You just listening to all of this and that. You have no history of Candace Owens, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you have no history of Candace Owens. I feel sorry for you, stupid. Because I got to call you stupid now. Because you sound like you will back somebody that you know nothing about, but they just sound so good. Just like all the rappers, all the music, all the singers, they just sound so good. So you riding with them, but you don't know nothing they did, who they riding with, what they a part of, nothing they done, and what they doing today. But you just riding with them. You don't know nothing. You just rolling with them emotions. See, can't nobody rock with you. Can't get a bag with you. Because your emotions going to override the boat, the ride, the whip, whatever. Without you having no information to make a sound decision on what you're doing. But yet you can hear somebody just talk so eloquently. A person can talk so eloquently. So smart. So amazing. So articulate. You want me to pull a word out the bag for you, fam? They can talk so articulate. They can put them words together so well like Picasso. You hear me? Or like me, Dilla T on a record. I'm talking about people that just say, oh, you talking about Candace? Forget you. You don't know what you talking about. And that's what you was just doing, Elizabeth. You was talking like, I'm tripping about Candace because I'm telling my people, my family heard no filters in my house. What's really real. See, we're not coming against Candace. We just want you to understand Candace's position. Let me say that again. We're not coming against Candace. We just want you to understand Candace's position. So when you hear people like this talking, and they talking a lot, yeah, they have a platform. They have a podcast. But all of a sudden, when somebody close to them get murdered, all of a sudden, when it's time to talk about what's really real, all of a sudden, when we start talking about other stuff, you start picking and choosing what you want to discuss. And then you start picking and choosing how long you want to discuss it. Candace don't need YouTube. She already getting money. She don't need YouTube. She already getting money. She already signed up with money. She's straight. I'm talking about like government money. She's straight. You understand me? So you need to understand what I'm saying. She don't need this money. You acting like Candace need YouTube money, stupid. Either one of y'all that think Candace need money, you need to smack yourself right now. Take your hand, line it up, go far this way, and come across your face so fast to where you really see spit fly out. You should be lucky I'm not telling you to kill yourself. Because you really thought that was that? You better start understanding who sound good and start understanding what they talking about. Understand their position. Understand what they can talk about and what they can't. That's why I love my people here at No Filters, because we have learned and been trained to not be so quick on to accepting, receiving, or believing what we get in our ears. That's what we do here at No Filters with my family. You understand me? That's what we do. That's what we will continue to do. AJ, AJ said, I'm sorry, Candace knows too much, so she has to be in danger. She knows more than she's saying. Thank you, AJ. That's my people right there. See that what? AJ a day one. AJ a day one. Chris, you hear me, Chris? AJ a day one. Like, I can tell you some day ones, dirt. Like, for real. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. You that? Yeah, you fat. AJ a day one. Yeah, he like, I'm sorry. Fam know too much. I ain't even got to do all this and all of that with y'all. Moving forward, know what's up. Yeah, Chris. Yeah. That's why I say I'm with you, fam. I'm just telling you. Yeah. I know my day one's going to tell her like, yeah. She know too much. She in a position. You think that they would even allow her to show her face to us if they can't control it? The point of them putting people out here is control. The point of everything happening today is control and power. Nothing of money matters. Money don't matter. You ever thought about people that don't really got it, but yet they care about what they controlling? Nene Love Savvy TV in the building. You understand? You ever tripped off that? Well, you got people that control. They more worried about the fact that it's like, okay, well, I know this ain't that, but yet I still control that. So I'm cool. You ever tripped off that? It's like I control it, so I ain't tripping. It ain't even the money. It ain't even I control it. When you control, you got more power than money. You understand me? When we're talking about control, oh, they definitely did, because everybody is like an ad. You hear me? Everybody. I had to start looking to make sure it was fam in here, because everybody's name was coming up at Ruth, at fam, at AJ, at Chris. They were saying Chris' whole real name. Hear me when I say what I say. Control. See, let me tell you something about a puppeteer and a puppet. A puppeteer is nothing without strings. Don't never forget that. You need to really understand what's real. A puppeteer is nothing without string to control the puppets. So without, you're not valuable if you're not controlled. So you will start understanding the position of her when you say that she knows a lot. So she's in a position to do a lot. Let's recap for Nene. Candace Owens is in danger. She talked about the wrong one. She talked about a government in France, the France president. Hear me, Nene. Candace said that the French president wife is a man. Oh, yeah. That's what she did. Let me say that again. Oh, yeah. I'm with. That's why I said, let's bring you up to date, Nene. Let me bring you up. Candace said that the France president wife is a man. And now she ain't even done a podcast. You hear me? Girl ain't even went live. She on live telling folk, if Candace ain't here or if something happened, this who did it. She said publicly that somebody just put money on her head, Nene. I swear to God. You hear me? She just told all of us somebody just put money on her head. Now she don't want to pull up at her podcast. Woo! Hot water. And I'm over here telling fam, she in a big position. Now think about it. If a president put money on your head, I want everybody in here to tell me right now how much they put on their head. If a French president, a Russian president, Oh, my mama, I need to know. If a Russian president right now, let me see what you're saying, how I'm coming. If a Russian president right now, if you're telling me what it is and what it ain't, if a Russian president right now, fam, how much they put on, what you think, fam? What you think, how I'm coming? You know my forehead. That's how I'm coming. I had to get ready. I got the shoot coming up. I got to get ready. We dropping another one. We dropping another one. We got to be right. You hear me? If a Russian, how much they putting on it? How much they putting on the head? You right there? You right with me? Thank the Lord. Try to keep it in order. If the Russian, how much is they putting on the head? How much is they putting on their head? Savage. How much they putting on their head? I need to know. We talking about the president. On this little black girl head right here. You telling me that this little black girl matter to a France president? That everybody said your wife looked like a man already? And now y'all called the hit. See, what I said yesterday. I said there's always a voice for a tongue. I said there's always a person's voice for someone's ear. I said everybody talked about that man white, but when Candace Owens said something, shout out to Nene Lou with the ticket sticker in the bill there. When she said something, that's when everybody heard. That's why I said we all can keep saying everything we want to say, but we know there's a certain ear for your voice. There is somebody out here always for your voice. There's always an ear for you. You don't even understand. You don't even understand. You think you're not being heard, but there's somebody waiting to hear your voice every day. Let me say that again for somebody that didn't get that. You ever figured out about why people say stuff all the time and you don't nobody listen? But yet that one person pull up and say something and you hear them right there. But everybody around you been telling you that same thing, but you won't hear nobody but that person voice. Let me tell you, let me say this again, because I want each and every one of y'all to hear what I just said. There is a person waiting to hear your voice every day. Lord, I thank you. There is a person waiting to hear your voice every day. I pray you understand that. I pray that you value yourself more than that, to know that what you've created with someone in this world, or what somebody is missing, that they've heard your voice. Once, twice, maybe not 3 times, but they might have heard you just once. Lord, we thank you, because they need to hear it again, because you was that voice of reason. You were that voice of understanding. You were that voice to turn and make a change in their life. Lord, we got to know, because even though that we are that voice for that ear, we got to know that you are the ear to hear that voice as well. We all been going through it, but yet we can lack a voice that we've had to settle us, a voice that we've had to acknowledge, a voice that says, hey, this is the way to go. You understand me? You need to know there's somebody need to hear you every day. And you need to know that there's somebody you need to hear every day. There's a voice you need to hear, as well as you being a voice for someone. You just don't know how you move someone, Lord, because everybody can tell you knowledge, but yet one person can come along and you move on that knowledge because of that person. When you miss that, you will understand what's lacking. When you don't see that, you will start to understand what you haven't seen yet. Because I'm telling you right now, you better hear me. How many people can keep telling somebody or tell a kid something, But yet your auntie, your sister, your mama can come along and tell them the same thing. And they listen to them. But they don't hear you. Mike said it's because it's who they respect. And I respect what you said, Mike. I understand that, because when it comes to children or when it comes to people, they see them in a different light. So I understand what you're saying, Mike. Shout out to you, Mike. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member, fam. You subscribe and you dropping knowledge. That's a real thing when it comes to the respect. But the thing that I'm talking about is not the respect factor. I'm talking about the factor of knowing that there's always ears for you to speak your voice to. Don't never think that it's just because of whatever you going through, nobody wants to hear you. Don't never think because of what you going through, don't nobody want to hear you. Somebody gonna learn something today. I feel like somebody gonna learn something today. I got some braids in my, somebody done pull my scalp back and open up my pores for real in my scalp. You hear me? Don't think because you're going through something, don't nobody want to hear you. You understand me? Because I'm going to tell you something. There is life in the struggle. There's a story in the struggle. And there's a pathway in the struggle. There's a way to go in the struggle. See, you don't even understand, fam. You think don't nobody hear you because you going through something. But you don't understand because of what you going through, we need to hear you. I could have just threw something at the damn screen right now. I just had to walk away. I could have thrown everything at the damn screen right now. What? I said because of what you going through, stupid, we need to hear you. We need to know. Oh, somebody gonna learn something today. Because of what you going through, we need to hear you. We need to know. Don't abandon me. Tell somebody today, just tell somebody that's like right here, or somebody in that room, or in that room in the house, or in the basement, just yell it out. Don't abandon me. Lord, I thank you. Don't abandon me. We've been through it. We go through it. We're going to continue to see it. We're going to continue to swim through it. You hear me? Don't abandon me. You yell that out in your house. You hear me? Don't abandon me. That voice of reason, that voice of comfort, Lord, that voice of wisdom, that voice of understanding, that voice of struggle. You don't know what that do for somebody else. Oh, my bad. You ain't know that? That voice is all it is, all it takes for somebody else to get through, Lord. Because somebody going through it with me. So let me say that again. Just because you're going through something on me, you ain't got a story to say. You ain't got nothing to say to nobody because you're going through something. You better open up your mouth in them times when you're going through it, Lord, because somebody else is. And you don't even know how you helping them get through it. You better hit that like button. You better subscribe right now. You better open up that notification bell because I'm going to tell you something right now. You don't get this nowhere but right here. You understand me? Just because you're going through something don't mean you don't have a voice for somebody else. That's all I'm saying. If you can't get nothing out of this today, you better write down, have a voice. Because there's an earth for your voice. You better tell somebody, don't abandon me. Tell somebody, there's an ear that want to hear my voice. Somebody want to hear. Tell somebody, touch them, move them, yell at them. Tell them, don't abandon me. Your kids, Lord, our family, Jesus, I love them. Don't abandon me. Because there's a voice, there's an ear that needs to hear your voice. Some might not get through to somebody a certain way, but you can get through to them, Lord. Amazing. Amazing. A voice. Control. This is a controlled chaos state we living in here. That's that real right there. That's what we doing. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe right now, fam. Become a member. I'm telling you, it's worth it. We doing this. This is how we coming. Don't never forget what's going on right now. You know what's real over here, AJ. You know it's No Filters t-shirts, fam. You know the raffle. Don't get it twisted. We got 2 days. It's coming up Friday. We sitting there. We doing the raffle Friday. Don't get it twisted. 1 woman, 1 man. They gonna rent a t-shirt, and if you put that $5 out in there, you might win a hoodie. But it's a real thing. You already know what it is. 1 man, 1 woman. No Filters, family. That raffle. Don't get it twisted in the Cash App. You see it, family. It's all love. Even if you $1, it don't matter. It's support. It's love. I just want to know, hey, we here. We want to make this channel grow. We want to reach out. We want to make sure that your like can get to somebody else's eyes, can get to somebody else's ears, because that be the voice that can reach out to them, fam. You hear me, fam? No Filters Cash App. The super chat, you see it. You're able to win any color shirt. No Filters, signed by your boy Dilla T. Here at No Filters. All sponsored by your girl Nene Love. Savvy TV. Savvy for real. Let's get right. Let's understand. So let's tap in and make sure that we are here to make sure that's what we're doing. Let's get back to where we at to understand what we're doing. Candace Owens, you up.
Turned against him. Gaius Julius Caesar, that is correct, a general who had rightfully earned the respect of the people for leading them through the Gallic wars, a statesman, and finally a leader who in the end was betrayed and famously assassinated by the very people that he helped to build up. A conspiracy, a plot.
Okay, yeah, I think that nigga Love.
Which included
and
a lot of people.
Theo hit me, and I didn't know what his email was, but you know, Nicky Love and Smith run.
Confidants.
So I'm thinking I needed the color from Nicky and Smith solid.
Say that he viewed
but I didn't know Theo's situation because he pressed it.
Of course,
so I don't know his email. So I
plunging the knife into him. 23 times Julius Caesar was stabbed by senators. And of course, Brutus, leading to the famed Shakespearean expression, and et tu, Brute, et tu, you as well, you too, wow, you have turned against me as well.
Okay, we ready.
And why was Caesar assassinated? Because I don't know, he was too good, too adored, too respected.
I got 5 lined up right now.
So I'm gonna get that. I didn't get that somehow to the establishment of politics. It doesn't like to see somebody come through the ranks and achieve what power that they can't control.
Wisdom, my
the
brother.
Bible is very clear that there is nothing new under the sun, and it appears that history is present again. Judas, Brutus, in the future, when we are long gone from this world, who do you guys think is going to be the person remembered most for this act of betrayal against Charlie? Not me, that's for sure. It's not going to be Candace Owens, okay? No one's going to be saying, et tu, Candace, et tu. I can tell you that right now in government, there is real panic.
Yeah, I figured
out. Real discussion happening regarding the Egyptian planes.
Yeah, because that Christmas logo, crazy work.
That yesterday
but the colors I got them lined up. So I'm just saying
in the sense that they hold the key to solving Charlie's assassination.
Like,
media keeps trying these weird ways to debunk them. And we're going to find out. I've been confident from the beginning that this was not going to be a JFK assassination story. We are going to figure out who that foreign dignitary was who went to 920 North King on the morning of Charlie's assassination, who flew from Provo and landed into Wilmington, Delaware on the morning of Charlie's assassination. It is a very important question that needs answering. Gotta tell you guys that we received another email, this time from somebody in the military who informed us about another piece that we were missing that could be crucial to this puzzle, taking a more serious look into that
Christmas one going
1 hour
crazy.
layover stop.
I need him on red
when our
and
ZELLE
white.
plane,
You hear me?
SUBTT,
Yes,
tail number,
so-
came into the United States on
1, 2,
September
3,
4th.
4, 5,
You might
7.
recall it
So that'll be
stopped for just
7.
1 hour in
Yeah.
Minot, North
That'll be
Dakota.
7.
Which
I'll do the flat
I
10. To be
learned
honest,
as an
I'll
Air
do the
Force
flat
base,
10.
Pretty much
Let's
is
just
just
do the
the Air
flat
Force
10.
base, by the way, before making its way
Yeah, let's just do
onto
the flat
Provo.
10.
And
Let's
here,
just do that.
I'm going to read to you that email that I received.
And
It
that
says,
includes
"Hi,
Ralph's
Candace, I am blank."
and me. So
One of the good ones, military member, one of the good ones. I think one of the keys to not overlook here is BTT's stopover in Minot, North Dakota. Why stop there at all?
Chris, you just took it
Why
out my
not fly
brain.
direct to Provo? Not only does Minot have an FBI office, but it also has an Air Force base.
Took
among
it out my
other
brain.
tenants.
Thanksgiving,
That
boy.
Air Force base is home to the 891st Missile Security Forces Squadron, a combined military and civilian security force that had just come off of Operation Valhalla, a training exercise in Minnesota.
And I hate it. That's why I'm over here like.
From the 24th to the 29th of August, where the security
I already
forces
knew she was gonna say
practiced
that, Chris.
long-range
I already knew it was
shooting
over.
practice, among other
behind.
things. Remember on September 12th, when Pastor Patel ended his press conference with, quote, "Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, my brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla." Yeah, very interesting thing to say. I don't believe in coincidences. That's how he ended the email, telling me to keep up the hard work. And so we investigated that, and that fact checked true, right? Minot definitely is home to exactly what we are telling you. I didn't know anything, by the way.
Oh my mama, I'm doing everything before the month
not a very
of.
populous state.
You hear me?
Approximately
I'm gonna get it.
750,000 people statewide. Okay. And in Minot, there are just 45,000
Chris know what it
people,
is.
and that includes 5,000 people who are stationed
New
here
Year.
at the
What do
Minot
that
Air
look like?
Force. And it is home,
Woo!
as he indicated, to a global command strike center, which has participations between various countries on joint exercises.
Christmas, New
And we
Year.
can show you right here that in the weeks leading up to Trump's
Oh, no, thank you,
assassination,
G.
I mean,
Thank you
literally
so
when he
much,
said
Sam.
August 24th, 29th,
Thank you so
Operation Valhalla took place.
I want to see what that
in
look like
neighboring
so
Minnesota.
bad.
So they took the Minot boys
No.
and they took them over to Minnesota.
Yes.
And it included the military and of note,
New
the
Year.
civilians.
Ah.
It's interesting. Of note, civilians, and they trained from August 25th to August 29th.
Shout out, Chris.
And we can read the details of that here. And by details, I mean this is what the public was told about what they were training for, okay? So this is on the Minot Air Force Base website. It says Operation Valhalla Strike was a week-long
Yeah,
training.
Chris, you got email. You got tap in, fam. Chris Cookin. Yeah. See what I'm saying? See how I just came? But you see how my fam just came? You see how our brains come together?
August 24th.
I was like, that boy going crazy. I look up to some of you
The
cooking.
advanced
Boy, I
training
just said, boy, you better
focused
tap
on
in.
air-based ground defense and nuclear security tactics.
Right.
The bread and butter of the squadron's mission.
You know you
The
crazy.
training, called Operation Valhalla Strike, allowed the unit to
Nah, man,
complete
shout out to you, man. That's what we
requirements
doing. That's how we
not
fam. That's why we fam.
at the Minot Air Force Base, including full-distance live fire exercises. Camp Ripley provided full-distance firing ranges, which allowed
You know,
defenders to hone their rifle marksmanship and machine gun proficiency, exceeding the capabilities of standard Air Force 25-meter training ranges. Okay, a squadron of more than 250 dedicated airmen and civilians supporting the 91st Missile Wing's global deterrence mission by defending the United States with the world's premier combat-ready.
Okay, so just so you know what Candace talking about right now, she's discussing about the people that was discussing about the people over in Israel, that was talking about the people over here that had to do with Charlie Kirk, and talking about how they got at him. So she's literally trying to break down who unalived Charlie Kirk. She's doing this on her platform, like broad daylight, in front of everybody. No problem. Calling out names, people from over here, people from over there, all of this. You know what I'm saying? So it make you think even more. She's in a position to talk like that. Because how many people, think about it, how many people actually talking about foreign governments, foreign countries, calling out their husbands and their wives and calling them men and girls? Who able to do that? That's in her position. I'll wait. Thank you. Because ain't nobody talking like that. Ain't nobody in no position to talk like that. First of all, if you that high up, think about this for a second. If you are that high up, you can't even mention words like GAY, PDF. I mean, it's a lot of words you just can't mention. Because once you do that, that lets us further know that you're against whatever they think you're with. Let me say that again. Some of these words that you might mention, oh yeah, the J word as well, yeah. You feel me, Chris? You mention them words, you automatically over there with them people. And you against them people. That signs you up. Okay? So you need to understand, a lot of things won't be mentioned, but a lot of things will. Biggest thing I want to say right now, hit that like button. Double tap that screen. Subscribe right now. Become a member. Turn that notification bell on now. We cooking.
Intercontinental
Oh
ballistic.
no, we finna go here because they thought that was the only thing. Let me tell you what else she did. That was this. What else she did?
Specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in national getting
Oh, I'm sorry. The people that's scared that don't know this what happened. This what happened.
This tweet says,
listen,
urgent. 2 days. She put this out 12:30 in the morning. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for taking me out. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in national Gendarmerie intervention group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on the powwowing squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they were well packed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's Power trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Broussard's life, for those of you that don't know, Xavier Broussard is the person that broke the news about the French president before Candace did. Xavier Broussard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both pow and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I asked that if...
Hold on, AJ. Hold on, fam. You ain't know that? Yeah, she wrote that. Lori in the building. Lori in the building, fam. Y'all don't even know who Lori is. If y'all don't know who Lori is, you just ain't who you eat. If you don't know who Lori is, you ain't who you eat. Lori in the building. How you doing, Lori? Hope all is well, Lori. I appreciate you pulling up. I really appreciate you pulling up. How are you? How you doing? How's it going? Hope all is well. Truly never forgetting. Always keeping it together. Truly miss you, family. Really appreciate you taking time. Just giving a moment. For my other family members that don't know Lori at day one. Yeah, Lori at day one. Yeah, remember? Day one. You understand? We truly appreciate Lori pulling up. We thank God for her, Lord. She still, we here. We still doing. That's what we doing, Lord. We talking about Candace Owens. Candace been talking greasy. Yeah, she been talking crazy. Like she ain't got no power. And she calling somebody husband, wife, a man. You understand? Yeah. So they try to figure it out. So this text that Candace sent out, she is sending out the whole situation about the France president whose wife she called a man. And she's telling you, everybody that's involved. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. King in the building, where you been, fam? How you doing? I appreciate you pulling up. This is it. Listen to this whole message and this whole text. AJ, I thought she said it on live. Clearly she ain't built like that. She texted in a tweet. So that's how you know it's probably halfway real. Because she tweeted it instead of went live about it. Hit that like button right now. Hear me. She tweeted it instead of went live. You hear me? So in my mind, this really may have been a real situation. I'm not saying it's not. But a part of me feel like if she's involved with government people and her husband is in a government position, she should know and heard about this already. See, they be making us think they don't know nothing. You know, just like Diddy. Follow me. Just like Diddy. Diddy found out, he knew they was coming. People been told him. He's a millionaire. He's a billionaire. When you a millionaire, billionaire, gazillionaire, trillionaire, cajillionaire, you know everything going on before it comes to your position. Why? Because you have enough money to pay people off. Let me say that again for the stupid people in the back. When you a millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire, zillionaire, cajillionaire, you know everything that's going to happen before it happens. You know when a threat is coming. You know you will be warned if a problem is threatening you, your family, and your money. For you to make a decision that if you want to pay those people off or if you want it to continue to happen. So when I tell you these people know what's coming when it's coming, and it's up to them to say, hey, either I'm going to pay people off and get rid of it, or I'm going to let it happen and we're going to figure it out later. That is the realness of it, family. For people in power. You need to know how they operate in power. That's how they operate. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, hit that notification bell. We about to read this right now. Listen, put your eyes on, put your ears on, put your head on, put your brain on. Okay? Because when she read this, I don't want you over there acting like this ain't real. This real. But at the same time, I want you to dissect this in your mind to see of what I said about her being assigned an assignment to have to do this. Let's go.
Every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific. So this tweet says, urgent. 2 days, she put this out 12:30 in the morning. Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for taking me out. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Gendarmerie Intervention Group. I am told there is one Israeli that is on the Pow squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they were well packed within the French government apparatus. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's Power trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Broussard's life, for those of you that don't know, Xavier Broussard is the person that broke the news about the French president before Candace did. Xavier Broussard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both pow and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. But I have more specific information which is definitively verifiable should they care to reach out to me.
Okay, now think about this. And this is what I was talking about, Chris, Lori, AJ. This is what I want to try to understand about people that can trigger war. People that can be involved with war. People that can just say, hey, when you are assigned a position, they know the world we living in right now. This was not slavery back in the day. This is an economic, psychological slavery. Okay? This is planting seeds in the brain and letting them water and grow over time. See, this is an over time war. World War III is an economic, a psychological, and a timely war because they have to tap in to the conscience, to the subconscious. Okay? They have to tap into the subconscious. They also have to plant seeds in your subconscious. They have to plant seeds in your brain and say, hey, this is this. They have to plant seeds everywhere. YouTube, social media, everyday life, the news. There's thousands of news outlets. They have to plant seeds. This is a real thing. So when you look at that, you say, okay, well, they planting seeds and they doing this economically and psychologically. So that means it's a long-term warfare. Because in this warfare, it's not a this person set up and just go to war. No, it's not that. What it is psychologically, we are going to form small groups. Small groups. We're going to form small alliances, small groups, we're just going to make small groups of people believe this. We're going to plant seeds in small groups of people. We're going to continue to plant seeds everywhere. We're just going to plant seeds everywhere. We're going to continue to plant seeds until seeds are sprouted all throughout the globe. And then they're going to come through and water those seeds throughout the globe with extra infiltration, with extra information, with extra assassinations, with extra separations, with extractions, with extra deceptions. And when they water it, those seeds with that, in those moments is when you will see growth of this deception. Is when you will see growth of demonic empires. Is when you will see growth of chaos. Growth of anarchy, growth of confusion, growth of war. This is a slow flower growing. Growth of martial law. This is a slow flower growing. This World War III is a slow flower growing right in front of us all. And we continue to water that flower with evil. AJ said history being taught every year is another source of planting seeds. Yes, it is. But the seeds that I'm talking about is the seeds of deception. The seeds of nothing but deception. The stories of deception. The history of deception. Just constantly planting the seeds of deception. So that's why it matters for you to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. You got to get you something to eat, something to drink, something to smoke if that's what you do. Because of that, as always, fam, we in here. Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. You know what it is, fam. It don't get no better. It's me, it's your boy, Dilla T. It's family in here. We all one. You know, we here to enlighten. We here to inform, understand, and be aware that if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's definitely duck activity. You hear me? We're here to bring darkness to light. We're here to ring in between the lines and not the headline. We always here for family. As always, family, I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all taking time out to bring love, light, and understanding to what we're doing here. The fact that you hit the like button makes somebody else like this, and they're able to bring that understanding to light. I need you to understand that, again, your voice is for somebody's ear, and your ear is a voice that needs to be heard for direction. Lord, we thank you. Just to understand that we never want to be abandoned, because yet we bring life to people and don't even know that death is right there on the side. But yet, because of you and I, and because of our voice and who we are, we're able to still reach out and understand that we are never abandoned. Tell somebody, don't abandon me. Never forget. Tell somebody your voice is only the ear that can be heard, and that ear is only for that voice, Lord. As always, you know it. One way or the other, you're going to tap in. You're going to hit that like button. You're going to subscribe. You're going to become a member. And you truly going to hit that notification bell to never miss an episode. I truly appreciate you, each and every one of you all, family, making sure that we up in arms and making sure we still here. As always, love, light, and peace, my family. You hear me? Tell somebody you're somewhere in the future and you look much better than you do right now. As always, fam, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and be safe. It's love. You all have a good night. And I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. It's your boy Dilla T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. God bless. Y'all be safe. Shout out to Faye with the sticks.